Ramones, Motorhead,
Dynamite Boy, Reelin' Kids,
Near Dark,
Marilyn Manson,
Tool,
Pearl Jam,
Born to Lose,
Pantera,
Typo Negative,
Pariah,
Loco.
Dangerous Toys.
You just never know who you were going to see there.
A certain club called the Back Room for almost 30 years. And what we've been asking people to call in for is a backroom story. If you're not familiar with the Back Room, then just go ahead and hang up.
Back Room was a music venue that survived miraculously for more than 30 years.
You walk in that front door and you had the split.
If you went over to the left, you could go have some drinks and play some video games or pool.
If you went to the right, that was the live music side.
It was basically known as a hard rock heavy metal place in like the 80s and 90s.
The place looked and smelled like we did.
It constantly smelled like bleach.
hot dogs and old beer.
Piss.
Cigarettes and vomit. You can imagine putting all that in a cup and going, ooh, that's the smell of the back room.
CBGBs and brownies and stuff in New York.
It was our Sunset Strip of Austin.
The back room was all of that wrapped in one venue.
Everybody else has that same thing that I want, the fucking rock.
Drink up, Back Room, I heard we sound better.
Literally carried the rock and roll scene for all of Austin.
I have to say that we have a lot of good talent happening out there right now.
They did country at one point.
We had a play set of 125 songs.
They've done hip hop.
Two Live Crew show brought in a whole different audience.
They weren't afraid of anything. If you can do a Pantera show, you're gonna survive a Public Enemy show.
Best sounding club in town, period.
The kick drum busting you in the back and coming through your body and hitting the people in front of you in the face.
Every show I saw there I was deaf.
Your balls would be like,
It also had super cheap drinks. Got 10-cent drink nights on Friday nights.
Oh, have you ever played the back room? Oh yeah, the pole.
There's a fucking pole in the middle of the fucking stage.
One time we had to Vaseline it.
Whenever the asteroid hits Earth, there's gonna be that goddamn pole floating around there.
And then the bathrooms. Oh, the bathrooms.
This place is gross.
But it was home.
Jason McMasters from the Dangerous Toys.
Jason McMaster really had the rock and roll game down.
What are you gonna call your band? He says Dangerous Toys and click.
They were on MTV and they were on the radio.
Jason McMaster and Mark Geary from the band Dangerous Toys.
When I first moved to town, all I kept hearing about was the band Pariah.
We got signed at the Back Room.
That was a band that could have, should have, and would have, and they didn't. And it wasn't their fault.
Sims passed away, complete and utter shock.
that was crushing.
He was more of a friend than a GM.
He wanted to help bands.
There was a lot of drugs.
If a Motley Crue video could be real life, that's what the bathroom was like.
I remember a gunshot going off. The guy shot into the ceiling like 2 to 4 times.
Lots of people went to jail that night.
This guy comes up to try to get in the lighting booth, and I had a toolbox there. Hit him right in the head.
It was just chaos.
Welcome to the back room.
And I look over and like, oh, it's Tom Araya, dude.
And I got to sit next to Lemmy and watch him play these video games.
The same amount of people that were at the fucking back room were in my fucking living room.
Peter walks over to the mic. Shut the fuck up.
Once again, putting the back room on the map.
And if it wasn't for the back room, I'm not sure where my career would be.
That's what the Back Room was. It was like a dirty little girlfriend that your dad secretly wanted to be with. As your mom just called her that white puta. That's what the Back Room is, cochino.
All right, it's a big old cut.